Hello, everyone. Welcome to CXO Spice. CXO Spice is a platform where thought leaders share their point of view on innovation and explain how to make it happen in real world. Today's topic is the future of CX, establishing a new standard for exceptional customer experiences through AI. Our special guest today is Barry Cooper, President CX at NICE. Hello, Barry. It was wonderful to meet you last week. Welcome to CXO Spice.
Hey, Helen. How you doing?
Doing well. So before we dive into our discussion today, let's have you share your tech journey and your role at NICE.
Sure, we'll do. I started in tech about 30 years ago when I joined Accenture's communication practice. I traveled the world with them. I lived in all over Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, and all over the place, and worked in Australia, etc. So done a whole bunch of things. I actually joined NICE almost 13 years ago now, and I've worked various roles in NICE. I started off in sales and business operations, and I run support, services, cloud operations, and then started running product and engineering. And then 12 months ago, or just over 12 months ago, we brought our entire CX division here at NICE together across all product offerings. And that's what I lead today as the president of the CX division at NICE.
Wow, it's such an honor to host a global citizen like you. Having been in your shoes before, I'm so excited about our discussion today. So yeah, let's dive in. Given the evolving landscape of customer experience, how does NICE envision the role of AI in shaping exceptional customer experiences? And what really excites you most about this vision for the future?
Yeah, so it's a great question because AI has a huge role to play as we shape customer experience moving forward. But it's not new. There's a lot of hype around, this year with what happened with ChatGPT. AI is not new in customer experience. We introduced Enlighten AI more than 3 years ago now, and already more than 20% of our CX1 customers already use some Enlighten solution of some kind. We were able to build Enlighten because we have more than 30 years of CX data that we use to train our models, and which then can be automatically used to ensure like a high quality interaction or ensure an interaction is in compliance with regulation that could be out there. Effectively, the Enlighten models we have, they're trained on what's the best agents say and do in order to achieve high CSAT with low costs. And I think as you look at kind of how that's going to shape customer experience moving forward, the way we see it at NICE is this kind of continuum between augmented intelligence, which is the artificial intelligence that used to support agents to do more and more complex things, and artificial intelligence where there's no agent involved and a consumer's interacting directly with an AI. Those two are not separate things. They're on a continuum, and interactions can bounce back and forth without the consumer knowing between an AI and an agent. And what the agent's doing is continuously providing the training data that makes the AI even better, allowing the agent to go on and do more and more complex things. So I think it's very exciting, and AI is going to have this pivotal role moving forward in customer experience.
Wow, high CSAT and low cost. Usually those two do not exist, right? I'm so glad to hear you have figured that out. Could you elaborate on how AI is breaking down the silos in customer service, allowing business to leverage customer data more effectively? And how does this revolutionize the traditional approach to customer engagement?
So I think many of us are aware that silos have traditionally existed in customer service, and this is because many organizations, as they built their customer service function, they built separate solutions or technology stacks and teams to manage CX for each channel. And those silos, those separate stacks, created problems for all the major stakeholders. So, for example, the consumer, and we've all had this experience as we move from an IVR to an agent, or go from using email or chat to an agent, or going from an agent to using a self-service, You're moving from one siloed stack to another, a different team, a different set of technology. And all of us have probably gone through that experience, having to repeat ourselves just a few seconds after saying one thing, we have to go through it all again because we're navigating across one silo to the other. But it's not just the consumer that struggles with silos, it's also the agents. The agents, we don't see it when we're talking or chatting with them, but they're sitting there having to navigate through all these different silos and technology stacks. It's very complicated to do that as they go from one place to the other. Also, administrators, the people administrating those systems, it meant that they have to sync user profiles and roles and access rights across those different systems, creating flows that span different systems, become very kind of convoluted and difficult. And also for the organization, it meant that they become a system integrator, having to integrate these different solutions and technology stacks together. And when one changes, it means reintegrating those again. So, but the way, and just to challenge what you said a little bit there, it's not AI necessarily that's breaking down the silos. What breaks down those silos is having an interaction-centric platform. So a platform of capabilities that covers everything from those initial digital entry points, through self-service, through knowledge, through agent interactions. When all of that capability is on a single technology platform like CXone and not separate solutions, then you break down the silos. However, AI has a very important role to play because that's a lot of sophistication that sits on that platform to do all those different things. And so you bring AI to bear to manage that sophistication, as I mentioned before, to provide augmented intelligence and artificial intelligence across that.
Well, I wish I had that single platform or point of view when I was a chief customer officer at a global company, right? I would just save so much time or, really enable the efficiency. Barry, one thing that I was very impressed is this experience continuum concept.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You talk about interactions between agents and AI work in harmony. How does this human and AI interaction redefine the boundaries for customer service, especially in the digital environment?
Yeah. So again, it's really the experience continuum is what happens when you really look at customer service from the outside in rather than the inside out. And as I just mentioned, kind of, for years, organizations had this very technology siloed mindset where they built independent solutions and teams for each channel. So the contact center for voice calls, the marketing team for social media, technology teams managing FAQ bots, telephony teams managing IVR. The notion of the experience continuum is when you take that and you take it, not this inside out view of these technologies, but the outside in view, and you break down those silos and recognize that when all interactions are handled on that single platform I mentioned that has all those capabilities, that interaction flows from one state to the other, and you don't need to know. As a consumer, it doesn't bother you, and you're not having to jump through the hurdles. So you in a given interaction that could be just a few minutes or go on for weeks, you can use different contact methods, from chat through email, helping yourself to knowledge through speaking to an agent, all that kind of stuff, using a mobile app. Because it's all a continuous interaction, not having to repeat yourself. Everything's not forgotten because asynchronous is, the state is kept as well. It becomes a continuum of interaction rather than siloed interactions. This is a voice call. This is an FAQ bot interaction. This is an IVR. That is the essence of the experience continuum.
Well, that's phenomenal, right? I mean, the technology has certainly changed the way we interact, and then also, allowed the era of on-demand customer experience. So
Yes.
with the convergence of the cloud platform technologies and mature AI for customer service and heightened customer expectations, how does CXone platform address the holistic needs of various CX stakeholders throughout the entire customer journey?
Sure. So, CXone is first and foremost, it's an interaction-centric platform. So it has the sophistication to manage the complexity of an interaction. And this is different from a transaction-centric platform. And one of the ways I like to describe this is, in a traditional transaction-centric platform, it's built on forms. Yeah. And so as a consumer, we're forced to work out, put our thoughts into the form, and the form represents an organization's structure. We do the work of translating our thoughts and what we want and put it into the structure of a form. And then once you're on a transaction platform, that's easy to manage because it's all a form. Now, an interaction-centric platform is something that's very different, yeah? The work of understanding and decoding what the consumer wants is a conversation, a voice conversation like we're having now, or an email. I'm not putting this into a form. You're not putting your things into a form. So it's the job of the interaction-centric platform to decode the intents, what needs to be done, the requests, and capture that and manage that. So having interaction-centric platform is absolutely key. But beyond that, is having all of the rich, or the convergence of all the rich capabilities required to run a CX business today. And, gone are the days when that was just managing a voice call. You need, low code, no code website or mobile app widgets. You need FAQ bots. You need conversational AI bots. You need proactive outreach for digital and voice. You need the voice, of course. All of the channels, the synchronous channels, the asynchronous channels. You need knowledge tools. You need the workforce engagement tools. I could go on. To really manage customer service, you need that rich convergence of those capabilities that can handle all of those kind of things. And that's how you manage the needs of all of the stakeholders through the entire customer journey and make it seamless to them.
I love that, Barry. That basically means you meet where the customers needs to be, right?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Rather than forcing the consumer to go through hoops to fit to your needs.
Exactly. So let's talk a little bit more about Enlighten, right?
Sure.
That's an AI solution tailored for the CX world, aligns with your business goals and brand messaging, while ensuring both security and trust, especially in handling sensitive customer data. Can you share more about that?
Yeah. The core to the success we've had with Enlighten AI over the last 3 years is the fact that it's trained on CX data. And anyone that knows anything about AI knows that any AI is only as good as the data it's trained on. So the fact we trained Enlighten AI on CX data, which include the actions of particular the organization's best agents, and then then by default it's trained on the goals and messaging that those best agents have been demonstrating. So we're training this AI based on what the best agents do, and the best agents basically have the goals and the messaging and the actions of that organization in mind. So that by definition, Enlighten is taking the actions relevant for that organization and the way the best agents do. Now compare that to generic AI like generative AI. That's trained on the internet. That kind of AI is just as likely to recommend a competitor as it is your own organization, depending on what the internet thinks. It's not biased towards your brand in any way. In addition, the internet doesn't include kind of any industry kind of specific process definitions, such as the best practice process to resolve a billing complaint for a telco, for example. And that's just one of like 1,000 Enlighten models that we've got. So having AI that's trained on real CX data rather than internet data makes it very powerful and brand aligned. However, I don't want to diss generative AI. It's powerful. We use generative AI, but we use it only on the top layer to help understand intent behind consumer interactions, as well as kind of the semantic construct of the messaging that goes back as well. And by taking this approach and using Enlighten, which for the AI, the real AI, the payload that sits on our platform, it also means we're not passing sensitive consumer data or customer data outside of our environment. It's all locked down on that same CX1 platform.
That's so important, right? When you're saying you're not passing down the sensitive customer information.
Exactly.
So in what way does Enlighten humanize the conversations for business employees and consumers alike? How does it seamlessly integrate into stakeholders' daily activities to enhance the overall customer journey?
Yeah. So ever since we started the journey with Enlighten, we realized, years ago that it can't just be a little pet project that sits at the side. The value of any AI is how it's applied. It's applied artificial intelligence. And so, throughout CX1, we now have more than 25 of our capabilities or applications that are now powered by Enlighten. So, for example, Enlighten Copilot is augmenting agents with prompts and guidance in real time. Enlighten Autopilot is engaging with consumers as if it is the best agent. CX1 Supervisor has Enlighten and notifies his supervisors, when something's going on that they need to deal with, and gives them options. So you don't have to. A supervisor isn't going to find the problem. Enlighten is highlighting the problem to them. Maybe it's kind of the behaviors being demonstrated by a particular agent on a chat or call. It comes out there. Quality managers apply Enlighten with Enlighten CSAT that allows an organization to review 100% of the interactions for quality and compliance, and automatically share examples of agents using optimal journeys as well. And then we have Enlighten Actions that provides CX leaders with a complete view of the consumer journeys, enabling them to take actions in the ways that consumers engage with organizations. So suddenly changing, how consumers, after a particular use case, can deal with that organization. So key, if I want to summarize, is applying AI in an organization by making it part of the applications, and not just having a little thing onto the side that's interesting but not applied.
And that makes so much sense, right? So could you share a customer who have leveraged AI-powered insights from nice CX applications in real time, turning
Sure.
these insights into actionable strategies to stay ahead in an increasingly competitive market?
Yeah, I mean, we've got many customers that have used Enlighten. Like I said, I think we have a few hundred customers now that use Enlighten across the applications. One of the most common applications of Enlighten is the most established one at the moment is around quality. And really the days of doing manual quality reviews and compliance reviews are gone. That's really automated now, bringing out behaviors, highlighting behaviors of agents that demonstrate the right behaviors, giving those agents that don't demonstrate the right behaviors examples of other agents on similar calls or chats doing it the right way. So we have many customers that have got that, and amazing case studies of customers that have saved millions of dollars, no longer paying third parties to manually review 1% of interactions and doing it on everything. But one of the most exciting kind of things we have coming out next year, the second iteration next year, which is absolutely going to transform how businesses can leverage AI to power their organization, is what I mentioned previously with Enlighten Actions. And that really provides, God mode, which gives CX leaders the complete view of everything that's going on in CX, not just in the contact center, but all the ways that consumers interact or are interacting with an organization for customer experience, interacting with the website, interacting with mobile apps, interacting with bots, interacting with agents over voice or chat. Because CX wants this platform and we're collecting all of the interaction points across all of those different methods, that data is so powerful and can provide the CX leaders with this godlike view of everything that's going on, and allow them to create new pass through things, create suggestions on how to optimize CX there. They can change anything across the entire CX platform, and they can bring up and take down whole CX capabilities based on what's working, what's not working. They can change staffing levels. They can implement CX strategies literally with the click of a button, rather than waiting weeks to restructure and bring up new technologies. This is so powerful and so exciting.
Wow, it is truly powerful, right? Having gone through those processes myself, we used to pull our hair around multiple systems and trying to figure out how things would all piece together. It could take months to figure things out.
It's crazy. I remember the same times. Yeah, you work out you need to deploy something new. You go through design, you do an RFP, you select the right vendor, you implement. It's months, whatever. Literally with Enlighten Actions, because it's on a cloud platform, CX leaders can, at the click of a button, just activate and turn on a new capability within hours.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Magic. Yeah. I can't wait to see more about it, right? So given the rapid transformation of customer interactions, leaning more toward digital channels, how does NICE foresee the future evolution of customer service market, particularly in terms of the balance between AI-led and agent-led interactions across voice and digital platforms? I also love to hear your prediction for 2024.
Sure. A few definitions, first of all. So There's voice interactions. Obviously, by definition, voice interactions are synchronous, like we're having here, back and forth between two humans. Then there's digital interactions, and digital interactions can be synchronous, like a chat that's in real time, goes back and forth between an agent or a bot and a consumer, or it can be asynchronous, like we've probably all got kind of WhatsApp chats and those kind of things that should be going on for months, where it's asynchronous. We'll send a message and, maybe we'll reply or get a reply in a few minutes, maybe in a few days, but it's an ongoing interaction. So, there's a few aspects to voice and digital. There's attended, or which can be voice and digital. First of all, there's synchronous and asynchronous. And then there's the unattended interactions where it's kind of, there's an AI having that interaction. So how I see all this is evolving, I think there's always, for the next 5-8 years, there's always going to be voice calls, human to human voice calls. But increasingly, they're going to be calls that are doing more sophisticated, complex use cases. Even things today that we don't do, we do face-to-face. More and more stuff that's really complex is going to be done virtually over voice calls. I don't think voice calls are going away anywhere anytime soon, but increasingly more is going to move to digital, more is going to move to asynchronous, and more is going to move to conversational AI that doesn't have a human at the other side of digital. And the beauty of digital is the consumer doesn't necessarily need to know or want to know whether they're dealing with an AI or a human. And actually, it can go back and forth between a human and AI in the same kind of few minutes. It really doesn't matter. An agent can be there, like deploying a bot to take on the interaction, to do something, and then come back to the agent later. So definitely in 2024, we're going to see continuation of voice. More complex things happening, of course, but we are going to see increasing numbers of digital engagements and increasing adoption of AI, which we see today. Just looking at, I came out some reviews just today. We're seeing almost 10 times the number of digital interactions on our platform that we saw for the same period last year. It's just going crazy at the moment. So really exciting times.
Yeah, that's well said, Barry. So, I prefer to speak or interact with a live agent. However, if something happened late hours, I'd rather not wait until the next day. Right. So, and thank you for sharing your invaluable.
That's where async comes into it as well. Yeah. So sometimes I'm not ready to commit, 10 minutes for a synchronous interaction, be it a chat or, a voice call. I want to kick something off. I want to say, look, I've got this problem. Can you look at it? That's an async, and I'll go away and do something else. And I want to interact that way with organizations. So asynchronous, I think, has got a big part to play in the future also.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. So thank you so much for sharing your invaluable insights, Barry. Our discussion today illuminated crucial aspects shaping the future of customer experience. So here are the 4 pivotal takeaways from our conversation. Number 1, redefining CX through AI. NICE is at the forefront, pioneering the frictionless digital experience across the entire customer journey. By embracing AI, you enable intelligent self-service, personalized resolutions, and seamless transitions between channels, meeting, and exceeding evolving customer expectations. Number 2 is the exceptional CX. NICE vision entails effortless meeting customer needs through self-service conversations. I love what you said, a meeting where customers, wanted to have, regardless of the channel or the method. So the ultimate goal is setting a new CX standard, where agent AI interactions harmonize, ensuring exceptional service across all touch points. Number 3 is the evolution in customer service, right? Here's where the experience continuum concept comes in. So that really challenges traditional boundary, fostering harmony between human agents and AI across digital and voice platforms. Lastly is the CX innovation. So the CX1 platform and Enlighten, both are specialized AI solutions, empower businesses with real-time AI-driven insights. CX1 caters to holistic CX needs, embedding AI to harmonize conversations, align with business objectives, ensure security, transform insights into actionable strategies. So I really am so excited about the solution, right? Having been in your shoes, leading the customer team, and your expertise has greatly contributed to understanding how NICE leverages AI, reshaping customer experiences within the evolving CX landscape. Thank you once again, Barry. And thank you everyone else for joining us today. Stay hungry, stay bold, and stay grateful.